So what brought you guys into music in general? Where'd you start?
Oh God.
Actually, for me, it's actually funny because I didn't have an interest in music at all when I was younger until I heard my grandfather playing the guitar, and then from there I then wanted to learn how to play guitar. So for quite a few years I played guitar, and then from there I just fell in love with music and then got into producing it and everything and just stuck with doing that. So I don't play guitar anymore, so I kind of forgot how to play, honestly, because it's been so long. But I've been producing music for a while, since my freshman year of high school. So yeah, that's how I got it.
Can I just talk about like my love for music?
Go for it.
Okay. So I didn't I always thought I would go into writing, and then my brother showed me somebody playing like violin on YouTube, and I was like, that's really cool. And I begged my parents for like a year, like, can I get a violin? And as soon as I played it, I was just like, this is what I want to do. I never thought that I'd be like at school for music or be working with all the different musicians in Mu Beta Psi, but it's helps me through some of the hardest parts. It's helped me articulate the bright parts of my life. I feel like my growth and my personal journey would not be complete without the people that I've met here, and the people that I've met through music in general.
Awesome.
Both of my parents were really musical people. My mom used to play a bunch of different instruments growing up. She went from like saxophone to the drum corps. She tried violin for a little while. She was a drummer.
Gotcha.
I think she also used to play guitar at one point. She cycled through a lot of instruments. She also used to sing. My dad used to sing a lot. We would listen to the radio and he would sing along to it. So I've always been surrounded by music. And then in elementary school, they had like a required music course, and we all played the recorder. And then middle school, I got into choir, and I did that for 2 years, and then a third year in high school. High school is when I was introduced to electronic music. I used to only listen to like rock, so I got into electronic and hip hop. When I came here, I became a digital arts major, and I learned how to properly make like digital audio, essentially. So that's basically my passion.
Alright, hi everyone, my name is Arlise Camargo. I am a music performance major and I play guitar. So I started music because of Rock Band. I thought it was super cool. I was obsessed with it, and then my parents were like, go try real guitar. So then I did, and then 10 years later, here I am now. And so then I joined Mu Beta Psi for the brotherhood and having a community that shares the same passion for music that I do. And it's fun collaborating between us and the community.
I didn't have even like $15 to apply to my local community college, but when emails started going out to senior high school students, Stetson emailed me saying that they would let me apply for free. I just had to write like a little essay basically, so I was like, okay, I'll only apply to Stetson. And then I got in, so I started looking at the different programs and such, and I was also looking at music technology through the School of Music. And I also found out that you had to audition. They wouldn't let me do guitar because I don't own a classical, so all I had left was vocals, but I was very rusty, so I was like, I'll just try it anyway. I got rejected, but then speaking with Dr. Wallach, who was previously the head of the Creative Arts Department, I shot out a class of his, and he said I could do everything that I wanted to through the digital arts program, so that's how I ended up doing what I'm doing now, basically, meeting this guy and several other people.
I met you when you were a studio intern.
Yeah,
my freshman year.
The first time I did it, yeah.
So what brought you guys to Stetson specifically?
The music.
The music?
Because I was very on the fence of where I wanted to go to school. I was actually in the process of going through NYU before I came here, but also a bit of a mishap of like forgetting to turn something in on time. So then my entire thing got like scrapped and I was already accepted into the school. But yeah, so then it became my decision of like take a year off, make a portfolio, go to Ringling, or come here. And what made me want to come here was the music side and everything else here. I wanted to either do music tech, which is student music school, but then I saw you had to audition for them, like, no. So then I saw digital arts, and that it had a music program, and they're like, that. So.
So that got you guys to Stetson. What about what drew you to this group in Psi?
I used to be in a group called Varsity, which sort of handles like spirit and traditions on campus. So like we have a large bell that we bring to sporting events. That's supposed to help motivate the team players. We do a bunch of other stuff to promote school spirit on campus. And I actually met our current chapter president, Elizabeth, through Varsity because she was a new member. And on one of the retreats, she brought up this idea of like starting up a chapter for Psi, and when she pitched the idea to me about trying to take these sort of cliques or pockets of music students on campus, whether it was School of Music, Digital Arts, or just music enthusiasts, and kind of bringing them together through one group. I really liked that idea, and I just hopped on board.
It was essentially that same mentality that was approached me from Chris. When he came up to me about the idea of pretty much creating a bridge for all these gaps in the Stetson community for the musicians that are on campus, that really stuck out to me because it was a huge problem that I face and some other friends that are in digital arts that have done music courses through there, and then also taking courses in music school, that the music school itself, they're very elitist in the way that they act, and they kind of push the digital art students to the side, saying we don't actually make music, even though we produce music a lot in the studio and everything. So, and I think like this being approached me as a bridge for that gap, that's what really drew me in.
That's basically what we are.
Yeah.
So that's perfect. You guys said you had something you wanted to end on, though, right?
Yes.
So this actually happened through a late night conversation that we had.
One of many.
One of many. And I was telling Rob that post college, what I want to do is just rent a house, get a bunch of friends that are musicians together to live in that house, and just make music together. And then you had the idea of actually like, why not just make a record label out of it then? And after he told me that, I thought about it a few days later, like just sat on it, and I ended up falling in love with the idea of actually making a record label. And now I'm very gung ho and actually making that a reality.
Yeah, he after he thought about it, we had dinner a couple of nights ago, and he was talking about what he would like the record to be, and I was really on board with it. And it's that a lot of different record labels seem to have one style or one aesthetic of musicians. So you might have one that's just like underground bass music, another one that's just punk rock or something. But we liked the idea of some of the larger records like Sony or Universal, which are kind of all-inclusive from a genre and aesthetic standpoint. And when he mentioned that to me, the word inclusive came to my mind, and when you shorten that, it's almost like Ink, like incorporated. So it's like Ink Records, and now we're kind of
sticking with that name,
thinking of ideas for like logos using that and everything. So one issue we've already thought about is like the business side of things, but I think both of us have some friends who are in like school of business.
As well, since you have economics degree as well. So I was like, well, we can talk to you about it. Also give us some pointers which way to go. So maybe
how not to dig ourselves into a financial hole.
That's one good thing. Yeah.
So,
All right, guys. Well, it's a pleasure. Thanks for sitting down with us.
All right.
All right. Cool.